My name's Kenneth Bush, and I grew up here in Rochester. My family's been here for over 44 years. I went to Harriet Bishop Elementary School, Kellogg Junior High, attended John Marshall High School where I was on student council. I've been married for 18 years, been with my wife Melissa for 23 years, married at the Plummer House, and I started the business 13 years ago as I had other jobs and things like that out of a small loft in downtown Minneapolis. Started growing the business there a little bit further, and as Destination Medical Center happened in 2012-13, I came back and had a visit with John Wade, President of Rochester Chamber of Commerce, and started on the Government Affairs Committee, and that really got my interest in reference to policy and things that were happening here in Rochester. Eventually, I became Vice Chairman of the Olmsted County Planning Commission for 2 terms, 6 years. Decided this past year that I would become a DBE, which is a disadvantaged business enterprise with the Small Business Development Agency in the state of Minnesota here. Our business really come from humble beginnings. I've been a developer for quite some time, but never had really worked on my own projects as an owner. Having that certifications allowed us to really kind of get into the mainstream aspects of the commercial and development world. One of the things that Rochester has been very, very good at is they've been good at creating transparency, and that's between each department actually making sure other departments are held accountable to string everything together. This past couple of years, we worked on getting the targeted numbers for veterans, women, and minority contractors to have an opportunity to work on DMC projects. We passed that resolution with a group of us that helped folks like the city, DMC, individuals that are advocating for minority contractors like Jory Johnson with the city of Rochester, who has actually been a great advocate for my business and others along the way. The advice that I would give to someone that is not from Rochester, whether you're a woman, a disabled person, a veteran, or a person of color, if you're coming to my office, I would ask you what you wanted to do, and I would find out if I could connect you with someone that's already doing it through the relationships that I have. How I've been able to overcome is I'm from town, they would say. I'm a townie. But that wasn't the shot in the arm. The shot in the arm for me to become successful was actually participating, going out and reaching out to contractors myself. The disparity came from the aspect of actually getting insurance for construction business, getting bonding to get contracts. That's still going to be a disparity moving on, and I'm working on those issues with the City and Destination Medical Center through my nonprofit, the Minnesota Minority Trades Council, and others, including the Department of Transportation, the State of Minnesota Department of Equity and Inclusion, the National Association of Minority Contractors Upper Midwest is really based up in the metro area, but my nonprofit really is focused on folks that want to come to Rochester from those areas or other places and give them an opportunity to have a seat at the table. And that is the opportunity where the city comes in. I can reach out to the city, I can reach out to Destination Medical Center, I could reach out to the city's diversity director and find out what they're doing, what programs exist. Right now, I was a participant with Rochester Area Economic Development, Inc. I saw Sean Williams give a presentation on the Emerging Entrepreneur Program, which provides working capital to upstarts that may not necessarily have been in business a long time with a financial track record. Those are opportunities where you don't necessarily need to have 5 years of tax returns and things like that. You need to have a good business plan and a good strategy, and you need to have people in your corner like the Workforce Development Center. The Small Business Development Center out at RCTC has been a great help. They gave me a grant this year to do some marketing, things like that. And just reaching out to the nonprofits and to the construction companies that I guess are working on these projects and finding out what their priorities are, what their goals are. Have they worked with veteran women or persons of color in the past? How did those relationships go? And you go from there. You really can't point the finger at anybody doing anything wrong. I've said it in the past, Rochester's a welcoming community. I wouldn't have gotten to this point had it not been for the relationships that I've built over these 4 decades That mattered, but getting the information matters more. And when you have it on an official capacity with the city, Destination Medical Center, Mayo Clinic, and others, great things can happen. I would hope that I could continue to be an example of what can be here in Rochester with a construction company or development company or someone that just wants to start a business and contribute so they can have economic empowerment for the families. And I've taken that policy experience from the past and I've used that as my benefit. Really, how I got into the business was volunteering my time and learning more from the likes of City Council, DMC, the county, and other developers and builders here. Particularly Joe Weiss was one of my mentors. That was one of the most successful builders in town. And I even worked for Mr. Schifolius for a while as a hotel clerk as I was getting my business. And so being around that, I had an opportunity to listen and learn from a lot of people. So I'm grateful.